Think your SUV can handle anything you throw at it? Think again. Today we're uncovering 10 automatic SUV mistakes that are so common, almost every owner makes them. And stick around till the end, because I've got a bonus tip that could save you thousands in repair bills. Here's the thing. A lot of SUV owners flip that four-wheel drive switch thinking it'll give them better control, even on clear roads. But here's what's actually happening. When you engage 4WD on dry pavement, you're forcing all four wheels to turn at the same speed. That sounds good, right? Wrong. See, when you turn a corner, your outside wheels need to spin faster than your inside wheels. It's just physics. But in 4WD mode on dry roads, the system fights against this. You get what's called driveline binding. This puts massive strain on your transfer case, your transmission, and even your axles. Over time, you're looking at worn CV joints, damaged differentials, and a transfer case that could cost you $2,000 to $4,000 to replace. Save 4WD for when you actually need it. Snow, mud, loose gravel. Your drivetrain will thank you. SUVs are built tough, no doubt about it. But that doesn't mean you can load them up like a moving truck without consequences. Every SUV has a maximum payload capacity. For most mid-size SUVs, that's around 1,200 to 1,500 pounds. Sounds like a lot, but it adds up fast. Family of 4? That's already 600 pounds right there. Add luggage, camping gear, a cooler full of drinks, and you're pushing limits. Here's what happens when you overload. Your suspension sags, your braking distance increases, and your transmission works over time. That extra weight forces your transmission to shift more frequently and generate more heat. And heat? Heat is the #1 killer of automatic transmissions. We're talking about fluid breaking down, clutches slipping, and eventually total transmission failure. Check your owner's manual. Know your limits. And if you're hauling heavy stuff regularly, consider upgrading to a heavy-duty SUV designed for it. Towing a boat, a camper, maybe a trailer full of ATVs. That's what SUVs are made for, right? Absolutely. But only if you do it smart. When you tow, your transmission generates a ton of extra heat. We're talking temperatures that can spike 50, even 75 degrees higher than normal driving. Most SUVs come with basic cooling systems that just aren't built for heavy towing. Here's where people mess up. They buy an SUV with a 5,000-pound towing capacity and think that's all they need to know. But without an auxiliary transmission cooler, you're playing Russian roulette with your drivetrain. The good news? Adding an aftermarket transmission cooler costs about $200 to $400 installed. Compare that to a new transmission at $4,000 to $6,000, and it's a no-brainer. If you tow more than a couple times a year, get a cooler installed. Period. Alright, this one might surprise you. You're sitting in the Starbucks drive-thru, car and drive, foot on the brake, scrolling through your phone while you wait. Harmless, right? Not exactly. When your SUV is in drive, even at a complete stop, your torque converter is still working. It's slipping, creating friction, generating heat. And remember what we said about heat? It's the enemy. Now, one trip through the drive-thru won't kill your transmission. But if this is your daily habit, multiple drive-thrus, long traffic lights, sitting in school pickup lines for 20 minutes, that heat builds up fast. Here's the fix, and it's so simple. Shift into neutral when you're stopped for more than 30 seconds. This takes the load off your torque converter, reduces heat, and gives your transmission fluid a chance to circulate properly. Your transmission will run cooler, last longer, and you might even save a bit on gas. Most people remember to change their engine oil. Some even remember transmission fluid. But differential fluid? Yeah, that's the forgotten stepchild of SUV maintenance. Here's why it matters. Your SUV has at least one differential, maybe two if it's 4WD or AWD. These differentials use thick gear oil to keep metal gears from grinding against each other at high speeds. Over time, this fluid breaks down. It gets contaminated with metal shavings, moisture, and debris. When that happens, those gears start wearing down. You'll hear whining noises, feel vibrations, and eventually you're looking at a differential rebuild that'll cost you $1,500 to $12,500. The manufacturer might say lifetime fluid, but that's marketing talk. Change your differential fluid every 30,000 to 50,000 miles, especially if you tow or drive off-road. It's a $150 service that prevents a $2,000 nightmare. By the way, we're halfway through and I've still got that bonus tip coming your way. Trust me, you don't want to miss it, so stick around. Bigger tires look awesome on SUVs. They give you that aggressive stance, better ground clearance, improved off-road capability. But here's what most people don't realize. When you go from, say, 265s to 285s or even 305s, you're changing your gear ratio. Your speedometer reads wrong, your odometer reads wrong, and your transmission doesn't know what's going on. See, your transmission's computer is programmed for factory tire size. When you change that size, it thinks it's working harder than it actually is. So it shifts differently, stays in lower gears longer, and generates, you guessed it, more heat. Plus, larger tires weigh more. That's more rotational mass your drivetrain has to move. More stress on your CV joints, more strain on your transmission, more wear all around. If you're going bigger than one size up from stock, get your computer recalibrated. It's called a speedometer recalibration or tire size programming. Costs about $100 to $200, and it saves you from premature transmission wear. You just drove your brand new SUV off the lot. It smells amazing, drives like a dream, and you can't wait to test out that 300 horsepower engine on the highway. Slow down, partner. Every new SUV needs a braking period, usually the first 500 to 1,000 miles. During this time, metal parts are literally wearing into each other, creating microscopic surfaces that'll work together for the next 200,000 miles. But if you go hard during this period, aggressive acceleration, towing heavy loads, sustained highway speeds, you can actually damage these surfaces before they're properly set. Your owner's manual has specific braking instructions. Usually it's something like, keep it under 55 mph for the first 500 miles, avoid full throttle acceleration, don't tow anything, and vary your speed instead of cruise control. Yeah, it's boring. Yeah, it's hard to resist. But following the break-in period can literally add years to your engine and transmission life. Think of it as an investment in longevity. Cruise control is a beautiful thing on long highway trips. Set it and forget it, right? Well, not always. Here's where people mess up. They use cruise control in hilly terrain or mountain driving. When you do this, your SUV's computer tries to maintain that set speed no matter what. Going uphill, it downshifts and floors the gas. Going downhill, it engine brakes and works the transmission. This constant shifting puts unnecessary wear on your transmission. Plus, it burns way more fuel than if you just used your right foot and let your speed vary a bit. Even worse, using cruise control in rain, snow, or icy conditions. If your wheels slip, cruise control keeps feeding power, which can send you into a skid. Save cruise control for flat, dry highways. In the mountains or bad weather, take manual control. Your transmission and your safety will both improve. You're heading down a mountain pass and you're riding your brakes the whole way down. 5 miles later, you smell something burning. That's your brake pads crying for mercy. Here's what you should be doing. Downshifting into a lower gear and letting your engine do the braking. Most modern SUVs have a manual mode, even if they're automatics. You can shift down to third, second, or even first gear depending on how steep it is. This uses engine compression to slow you down, taking the load off your brakes. Not only does this prevent brake fade and overheating, but it also gives you better control. Your speed stays consistent, you're not constantly pumping the brakes, and you reach the bottom with cool brakes ready for an emergency stop if needed. Plus, you're saving money on brake jobs. Win-win. If you live in or visit mountainous areas, learn to use engine braking. Your brake system will last twice as long. This is a big one, and it confuses a lot of people. AWD and 4WD are not the same thing. All-wheel drive is designed for everyday traction. Wet roads, light snow, gravel driveways. It's automatic, it's always on, and it's meant for normal driving conditions. Four-wheel drive is for serious off-roading, deep mud, heavy snow, rock crawling. It's usually something you engage manually, and it locks your axles together for maximum traction. Here's the mistake. People buy an AWD SUV and think they can hit the trails like it's a Jeep Wrangler. They get stuck in mud, high-centered on rocks, or worse, they damage their AWD system trying to force it through conditions it wasn't designed for. AWD is great for soccer practice in the rain. It's not great for crossing a river or climbing boulders. Know your system. If you want serious off-road capability, you need a true 4WD SUV with low-range gearing. If you've got AWD, respect its limits. Alright, here's that bonus tip I promised, and this one's important. Most newer SUVs have a transmission temperature gauge or warning light. A lot of people don't even know it exists. But if that light comes on, or if you see your temp gauge climbing into the red, you need to act fast. Pull over, shut off the AC to reduce load. Let it idle in park or neutral for a few minutes. If you're towing, you might need to unhook and let it cool down completely. Driving with an overheated transmission, even for a few miles, can cause catastrophic damage. We're talking warped clutch plates, burned fluid, and complete transmission failure. And here's the kicker. Most transmission warranties won't cover damage from overheating if you kept driving after the warning light came on. So treat that light like the check engine light's angry big brother. When it shows up, stop driving. Installing a transmission temperature gauge if your SUV doesn't have one costs about $50 to $100. Best money you'll ever spend if you tow or drive in extreme conditions. Look, SUVs are incredible machines. They haul your family, tow your toys, and get you through just about any weather condition. But they're also complex, and they need respect. Avoid these 10 mistakes, and your SUV will run strong for 200,000 miles or more. Ignore them, and you'll be writing checks to your mechanic for repairs that could have been prevented. So here's what I want to know. Which of these mistakes have you been making? Be honest. Drop it in the comments below. No judgment, we're all here to learn. And hey, if you found this helpful, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe. We've got tons more SUV tips, maintenance guides, and money-saving advice coming your way. Your SUV is one of the biggest investments you'll ever make. Take care of it, and it'll take care of you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.